Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. We're going to continue our series on replacing your legacy ITSM product. So, tips and tricks from the field for a successful implementation. Number one, be organized. Have an idea of who your process leaders are. So as we're brought in to help you through your discovery process, your design process, and your requirements gathering process, we're able to talk to the folks that are going to lead these processes. One of the key things that we tell customers that make these implementations successful is there are no sacred things that are in the process. Be willing to have your mind wide open to looking at what do we want to accomplish, and then we can discuss how we're going to get there. All too often what happens when you're doing an implementation, people get focused too much on the details. We need this field to do this way. What we like to do when we're helping a customer define those requirements is let's start with the end in mind. Let's understand what it is that the objective of whatever it is that we're talking about. Too often we move directly to solutioning. We need this field to work in this way. That's not a very good way to be able to drive true value from your platform. Let's understand what we're trying to accomplish, and then let's discuss the different paths that we have to get there to be able to solve that particular business need or business problem. You of course have all of the out-of-the-box pieces that are already there when you start talking about Cherwell service management. You have incident and service request and problem and change and knowledge and all of the wonderful bits and pieces that make up our whole aligned ITIL workflow stack. That's all great. There's a lot of great out-of-the-box capabilities that can be leveraged. Too often a customer will believe they have to do it a particular way. We ask them to take a step back. Let's look at how it works out of the box. What about what's out of the box does not work in their particular instance? So often we have, well, in our organization, XYZ is unique. Let's talk about why that's unique. Let's talk about why you do that. I can't tell you the number of implementations that I've led where nobody knows why they do a particular thing a particular way. Somebody defined that process decades ago. That person's no longer there, maybe they're retired, who knows, and nobody knows why they do it that way. My other favorite item is, well, our documentation says we do it this way. One of my favorite customers that's out there, which is a large utility company, and they know who they are, they took the approach where they were looking at reinventing their change management process. Now, we sat with the audit team, and the audit team said, whatever your documentation says you do is what we're going to audit you on. Here are some key items that we're looking to see. How you do them is going to be up to you. So what we did is we started to define a very refined process that was much easier, much more focused on the customer experience. How could we make it easier for somebody to enter a change? How could we make it easier for the cab to interact with the change and with the platform? Taking all of that in mind, once we had gotten that all down and we had tested through our process, made sure we had our high points, they turned around and rewrote their documentation to match the new process. I'm happy to say that after an internal audit and even an external audit, they passed with flying colors. It's not a situation of, well, we have to do it because this is the way our documentation says. We have the opportunity to change that documentation to say, here's how we're doing it now. So keep those things in mind. Look for those opportunities where you can gain efficiency. Don't be stuck in, we have to do it this way for this reason. Let's talk about why we're doing something a certain way. And that will help make a very successful implementation. It will help make a very good customer experience because you start to look at it through folks that have to interact with the system. And because we're looking to improve things, it may make reporting better. It may make our decision-making processes easier. It can have a number of very positive benefits. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the complexities of moving from your current legacy ITSM platform.